focus for this weekend was percent of a number. And so we had a problem like number 1. 12 is what percent of 96? And if you remember from class, we looked at the proportional setup is over of equals percent over 100. So that we would know exactly where each term in a problem goes. So now I can just identify what I have in my problem. 12 is what percent of 96? 12 is going to go in my is position in the proportion. Of 96, 96 will go in my of position in my proportion. Equals what percent? I don't know what percent, so that will be my variable x over 100. Now we simply cross multiply. So 96 times x equals 96. X equals 100 times 12 is 1200. In order to get x by itself, we must divide both sides by 96. And we would figure out that x equals 12.5. And we were looking for what percent? So that would be 12.5%. This type of process will work for any of these problems. So let me do one more for you. Is over of equals percent over 100. I have 52 is 30% of what number? So I'm given a is 52. I'm given a 30%. 100 always goes in the bottom right underneath our percent. And that leaves me with looking for the variable of what number. I'm not going to multiply this one out for you because by now you should be able to cross multiply. So I just wanted to make sure I set up more than one example. And you should be able to follow the pattern is over of equals percent over 100 to solve each of these problems. Let's look at one word problem just to help give you a clear connection. Again, is over of equals percent over 100. A city receives 3% of the county's sale tax. Well, right now I know 3%, and I know of the county sale tax. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in what I know. 3 over 100 is equal to something. How much money would the city receive if a purchase was made that costed $15.80? So, how much money would a city receive? We're looking for the is, which is 3% of something, of $15.80. Would give me my is. I'm going to call the is x now instead of is, and we cross multiply to solve. Again, we've done plenty of practice in class with cross multiplying earlier in the unit, so you should be able to cross multiply now. 100 times x is 100x, and then 3 times 1580, and simplify your solution. On the last page, we had a couple of review problems from Unit 2, and I really wanted to make sure you had a good handle on these inequalities before we got to the end of the year. So you're going to see these pop up from time to time as we have room on our worksheets for them to be included. So 11 is greater than or equal to 3 minus 2x. And our goal is to try to get x all by itself, and we're still using our reverse order of operations. So right now 3 is positive. I need to subtract 3 from both sides, which would give me 8 is greater than or equal to negative 2x. Well, I still want x by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by -2. And I'm going to move over a little bit so we can see what happens. 8 divided by -2 is -4. -2 divided by -2 is +1, so that gives me x by itself. And we have to remember our rule. Anytime we divide both sides by a negative term, we flip the sign. So now I see that -4 is less than or equal to x. Now, the other rule that we had is we like to see our variable on the left. It just makes the problem less confusing. So if I bring the x to the left, I have to flip my sign again. X is greater than or equal to -4. Now I look on my number line. Where is my number 4? Well, sorry, my -4 is down here. Greater than or equal to means that -4 is an included value, so I need a solid circle on -4. And x is greater than, so every term going in the positive direction from -4 would be an included value. Remember, we can check our answer by picking any value up here. 2. Is the number 2, if I plug it in for x, greater than or equal to -4? Well, yes, 2 is greater than -4. So that would mean that our solution that has been graphed is an accurate solution. Number 20, I'm just going to go ahead and warn you, you need to be careful with your distribution process. Make sure you distribute the 3 to both the x and to the -1. I'll let you work on that yourself, and we'll discuss it in class. And then number 22, write an expression for the perimeter and area. Well, perimeter, we know we just need to add all these terms up. So 2 plus 2x plus 6 plus 3x minus 4. Since all of my signs between the parentheses are positive, I'm only distributing a positive. I'm really not distributing anything, so I can pull out my parentheses. 2 plus 2x plus 6 plus 3x minus 4. And combine like terms. 2x plus 3x is 5x. 2 plus 6 is 8. Minus 4 is positive 4. So 5x plus 4 would be the expression for the perimeter of this shape. Now for area. We know when we're dealing with a triangle, our formula for area is 1/2 base times height. And so I just need to plug in the terms. My area is going to equal 1/2. Well, my base is 2x plus 6, and my height is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 times 2x plus 6. So in my numerator, I end up with 1 times 2 is 2 times 2x plus 6. Well, that equals 2 times 2x plus 6. In my denominator, I have 2 times 1 times 1. That equals 2. If you got that far, I would probably have accepted that as an answer. But we can simplify this expression a little bit more by realizing that we have a 2 over 2. Simplifies, so my solution would be 2x plus 6. Hopefully that helped you give a little bit more surety to your solutions, and I will post a key in just a little bit this evening.